Blessings and greetings, Panther Nation. Blessings and greeting. It's your man, Mr. Carolina. No, I do not have all my official stuff on, but I am back like I promised. Again, a reaction to the game on Sunday. No, it wasn't what everybody expected. No, it's not what everybody was hoping for. But look, Scott Fitterer, Matt Rule, David Tepper, they know what they signed up for. This is the same person again that was with the Jets that for some reason they expected was going to come to Carolina and do what? He was going to have a progression from when he left USC. Like, let's look at the numbers. He wasn't that good at USC. What makes you think he gonna come here and be any better? He wasn't. He's not. What's my man's name? What's my man's name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. God rest his soul, was a coach for the Denny Green. Denny Green. He is who he thought he was. He literally is who he thought he was. I think somebody said, shout out to the podcast. I know, I can't remember. Look, all this Carolina podcast, look, we got to link up. Like, we really got to link up. It'd be something fun to do. He is who we thought he was. He's a backup to the backup. That's what the man said. He's the backup to the backup. Now, I can already see it coming. I can already see it coming. What they're going to try to do is they're going to try to blame it. Oh, his shoulder was bad. That's why he was overthrowing people, and his balls were getting battered down. No. He's just not that great of a quarterback. Again, let's call a spade a spade. He's not that great of a quarterback. And then again, we try to blame the offensive line. But again, if we look back at it, he only was sacked once. So was it really the offensive line's fault? You only sacked one time. This is with a makeshift offensive line. Let's stop blaming every time the quarterback can't get things done. Let's stop making it seem like it's the offensive line's fault. Now, do we have the greatest offensive line in the world? Absolutely not. But are they a efficient Band-Aid is a nice way to put it for what we're trying to do right now? Yeah, they're an efficient Band-Aid for what we're doing right now. And actually, the offensive line, again, did not really do that bad. Again, Sam Darnold was sacked one time. One time. I say for offensive line in the NFL, going against that Patriots defense, that is, no slack. That's not your father's Patriot defense. They're an efficient defense. They sent around a base 3-4. And I said, if you look at it, what they were daring us to do, they said, go ahead and run the ball. Ball means run the ball because we know you can't pass it. Bill Belichick sat there and said, we know you guys cannot pass the ball. We know you can't pass the ball. I played against this guy for 3 years now when he was in the AFC with me. You guys can't pass the ball. Get him out of here. And now what comes out yesterday? Oh, Sam Darnold needs an MRI on his shoulder. So did we rush him back? And Matt Rule. If I'm PJ Walker, like, I'm sizzling hot. Like, I'm seriously sizzling hot. You had me take first team reps all week. All week, I'm taking first team reps. And then the day of the game, you say, nah. We're gonna go with Sam throw another pick, Darnold. And anybody that's played any kind of competitive sport, when you're practicing, you're preparing to play. You're preparing to go in the game and make a contribution to your team. So if I'm taking first team reps all week, and PJ Walker was taking first team reps all week, and I'm taking these first team reps, and then you come to me a little bit before the game, and that's literally what they did. If you look at all the reports from ESPN, from Charlotte Observer, from any other of these Carolina Panther podcasts, and these networks, they literally went to PJ Walker 15, 20 minutes before the game, said, hey, oh no, we're gonna go with Sam today. So why are you having me take first team reps? And to me, I feel like that was what they was gonna do all the time. But if I'm him, I'm like, why would you have me take first team reps, preparing to go in there to make a contribution if you weren't gonna play me? again, shows in the ineptitude of this coaching staff. It shows, excuse me, not even the entire coaching staff. It shows in the ineptitude of this head coach and of this offensive coordinator. And for some, Joe Brady's play calling is vanilla for the most part, but look what he's working with. Literally, look what he's working with. Sam Darnold was not our first choice. That was Deshaun Watson. Let's just keep it $1.50. Deshaun Watson was our first option. Our second option was Matthew Stafford. He didn't want to come here. I would have took Mitchell Trubisky. Heck, I would have took Tyrod Taylor. I would have took a bag of popcorn at the bottom of the circus pantry over Sam Darnold. And don't get me wrong, I'm not Sam Darnold hating. I'm not Sam Darnold bashing. I'm just calling what it is. You all know my saying. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I looked at Duke. I tried to make the best out of it. When I saw that we traded for him and I tried to look at his highlights, I said, okay, we may have something here with Sam Darnold. We may. And I'm not gonna lie about it. Y'all can quote me on it later. I looked at his stuff and I said, we might have something here. Maybe he comes here. And I bought into the juice. I bought into the sauce. Oh, it was Adam Gase and, the New York Jets, and they didn't give him nothing to work with. And, he come down here to Carolina. We got one of the 2 or 3 best running backs in the NFL, Christian McCaffrey down here. Offensive line is kind of, but, we've seen quarterbacks do more with less. Okay, it's not like all the great quarterbacks. Everybody can't have the Indianapolis Colts offensive line. The Colts offensive line is awesome. Everybody can't have the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. Everybody can't have the Rams offensive line or the 49ers offensive line. Everybody doesn't get that. Tampa Bay's offensive line is good. Everybody doesn't have that. Again, we criticize the offensive line so much for the deficiencies of a quarterback. Anybody that's played the quarterback position knows you have a clock that has to go off in your head after 3 seconds. From the time the center snaps that ball to the time the quarterback receives it, you have a 3-second clock that has to go off. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. At that 3 1,000, you either get rid of the ball or you get out of Dodge. Sam Darnold is holding on to the ball too long, which again puts more strain on your offensive line. Makes them look bad because he's not going through his reads like he's supposed to. So we're like, oh, it's offensive line's fault. No, Sam Darnold, stop holding on to the ball for that long. And if you see your men not open downfield, what I loved about Aaron Rodgers, what I loved about Cam Newton, what I love about Kyler Murray, what I love about a lot of these elite quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, in his time, if it's not there, they get out of Dodge. I'm out. I'm not going to sit in here. I'm not going to take these hits. I'm not going to do it. Again, for those of us, I've been a Panther fan since the inception. We've seen it with Cam. We had Kerry Collins. Yeah, that was bad. We had Rodney Peete. We got to witness Jake Delhomme, the underdog story. Underdog story. I loved watching Jake Delhomme for a while. He got on my nerves sometimes, but I loved watching him play because he had competitive fire. You look at Sam, there's no fire. For me as a competitor, for me as as a former football player, if you're my quarterback, I need you to have some kind of fire. He doesn't have it. Again, there's maybe that California attitude. I don't know. It may be that, but you see, I'm from the South. So where I'm from, we take football very seriously. Like it's a passion, it's a religion down south. Anybody from down south know what I'm talking about. It's a religion. He has this, whatever. I don't care. I threw one, I threw another one, I threw another one. It's kind of cool. And for any competitor, it's gonna rub me the wrong way. Now I hear a lot of people giving Robbie Anderson flack. We giving him flack because he showed emotion on the sideline. Oh, nobody, got on Robbie, when he was dropping passes. Yeah, I get that part. You shouldn't be dropping passes. But at the same time, maybe somebody should have gotten his grill. I say, my man, I don't think you need to put some stickum on your hand, something, bro. Stop dropping the ball. But in his defense, if you see your leader, a wide receiver is not a receiver. We all know wide receivers are divas. It is what it is. Call it again. Call a spade a spade. Wide receivers are divas. But if you see your quarterback throwing interception after interception after interception, it's going to start to get on your nerves. And then you see him make some of the dumbest passes, just dumb. But like I said, let's just keep it real. The pick by the defensive end, heck of an athletic play, cool. Okay, I'll chalk that one up to athletic ability on the defensive end part. You still shouldn't have been that close to the line, but cool. But the one to Ian Thomas, the blatant one to Ian Thomas, you're too close to the line. No, excuse me, not you're too close to the line. Excuse me. You overthrew a man that was wide open. Now, granted, you had pressure because we had Dennis Daly in at this time at left tackle, who, again, didn't play that bad, but he got beat. Cool, no problem. The protection was rolling to the right. Sam Darnold was trying to roll to the left. Understand that part. But he had enough time. He should have enough sense. You've been playing this quarterback position for a long time. You should have enough up here to say, at the angle that I'm at, I'm not either going to be put enough gas on it or enough touch on this pass to get it to a wide open Ian Thomas. So, you've been in the league 3 years. This is your 4th year in the NFL. Let me not throw this pass. Because a lot of these quarterbacks, and I think Sam Darnold has a syndrome too, they have that Brett Favre gunslinger syndrome. Stop doing that. That's not you. That's not you. You're not Brett Favre. Never will be Brett Favre. He should have just tucked it and got the few yards that he could have. Now, looking at the scenario, he tucks it. Ian Thomas, smart enough, should be smart enough, I believe he is, would have turned around and turned into a blocker instead of a receiver. All Sam Darnold has to do is tuck it, point. Anybody running the ball, again, anybody running the ball, anybody that's played quarterback, running back, tight end, whatever receiver, whatever position. If I'm running the ball, okay, and I'm escaping, look, there's somebody right there, bruh, that is unblocked. I'm gonna point like, yo, no, him. Go get him. Because if you block him, I can get more yards. That is what he should have done in that situation. But no, what Sam does is he throws a pick six. Again, while we're trying to march down to get some touchdowns. Momentum swing. Again, and if you look, and I said, if you look at what New England did, New England didn't do nothing special. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing fancy. Mac Jones did not kill us. Yes, they had some runs here and there, but I said if you look at statistically, and again I'll pull it up later, New England didn't do nothing special in the second half of that game. Nothing special. I think somebody said they maybe had less than 50 yards rushing in the second half. They were 0-5 on third down. They didn't do nothing special. We have a gaping hole at the most important position in all of professional sports. We have a gaping hole. Our front office, our coach took a gamble on a quarterback that was not getting it done in New York. But for whatever reason, we said we can work with him here in Carolina. Now, was I the biggest advocate for Teddy Checkdown? Nah. I like Teddy. Teddy was cool. He's a great locker room guy. Teddy was not going to take us to the Super Bowl. Now, is he doing great for the Broncos? Sure. Teddy was not the quarterback for us. I wish him nothing but the best of luck in Denver, or I hope he stays there for a while. But if you go from one check down quarterback to another check down quarterback, that doesn't make sense. That just doesn't make sense. But anyway, on to his third pick. On to Sam throw another pick, Darnold's third pick. You're rolling to your left. And again, I haven't played quarterback since high school, my semi-pro days, and that's I'm not going to tell you my age, but any right-handed quarterback knows when I'm rolling to my left, the worst thing I can do is throw across my body. So if I'm going this way and I'm turning like this, the worst thing you want me to do It should try to do this because my torque is all wrong when I'm trying to throw the ball. So I'm throwing against myself and I'm trying to get it up and over a defender. It didn't work. So what Sam Darnold has done, Darius Slay, nothing against old boy. He was good in Detroit. He made him look like an all pro when we played the Eagles. You got 2 picks. I don't think he had any before that. Or maybe he had one. We gave him 2 in that game. Jackson, Patriots. Nothing against him. You gave him 2 in that game. So if you look at Sam Darnold's numbers right now, we scored what they say 2 touchdowns, 1, 2 touchdowns in the previous 5 or 6 games. 2. The last 2 games we scored 6 points. Except when we beat the Falcons. We're not scoring. And again, as a competitor, I can tell you right now, if my quarterback is not getting the job done, I'm gonna say all the niceties in the world. But in that locker room, I'm cussing you out. I'm giving you the business. And that's why I said I respect Hassan Reddick. Dog. Bruh's killing it. Hassan Reddick is a savage. He said, and I was listening to his press conference the other day. He was just like, "Look, don't ask me no questions about the offense, bruh. I don't play that side of the ball. Don't ask me no questions about the offense because that's the right thing to say. Because the worst thing you can do is air your business to the media because all they waiting for is something to say. Look, they fighting in the locker rooms. They probably are, but they're not. As a good football locker room, as a good football team, you don't air your dirty laundry to everybody. So if I got an issue with you as a man, I'm gonna come to you as a man. Like, look. I don't know what y'all doing on that side of the ball, but I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, cause this ain't gonna fly. This ain't gonna fly. We are carrying y'all, and we're getting tired. Y'all not scoring. We're doing our part. We're getting sacks. We're getting interceptions. We're holding them. We're getting punched. We're giving y'all good field position. What does it Belichick said? Do your job. Do your job. Offense is not doing their job. And the fact that, Matt Rule stuck with them, again, it rubs me wrong. Rubs a lot of people wrong. You're not playing good. Get out of here. You're not playing good. You haven't been playing good for weeks. And let's not fool ourselves that, he was doing good in the Falcons game. He managed. He had bad passes in that, really bad passes in that game. Oh, he rushed. Kudos. But he didn't start running the ball really until the 4th quarter. Again, because he tries to play the pocket. He tries to, I'm a pocket quarterback. Okay, cool. But if your pocket's collapsing, get out of it. Again, they did good in that. The offensive line did good in that Falcons game, but a lot of people want to murder them for that. Again, this Patriots game against that vaunted, Patriots have a heck of a defense. Offensive line, much as we want to give them crap, much as y'all want to give them crap, only gave up 1 sack. 1 sack against that vicious Patriots defense. 1 sack. We was tearing Mac Jones up. Again, our defense is top 5. And again, people say, y'all rushing the rebuild. And I can't stand when people say that. Y'all rushing. They said it's going to take time. Again, you don't make the moves that we made. And let me clarify this. You don't make the moves that we made on defense if you're rebuilding. You don't go trade for C.J. Henderson. You don't go trade for Stephon Gilmore. You don't go sign Hassan Reddick. You don't go sign Daquan Jones. You don't have a Shaq Thompson, a Jermaine Carter. You don't draft a J.C. Horn with a Dante Jackson. We have Jeremy Chin. We need another safety. I'm not going to lie, Sean Chandler, dude. You're getting brutalized bad, dude. You don't sign an AJ Boye who has had lots of bright spots this year. You don't make these moves on defense. Anybody, and I said y'all can talk that all day. You don't make these moves on defense if you're rebuilding. We're not rebuilding. We're retooling. Like, okay, these moves are made on defense because we know as a defense this is going to be our strong suit. And all Sam Darnold had to do was not be Sam Darnold. That's all you had to do. Don't be Sam Darnold. I don't care who you be. Don't bring that California, New York Jet Sam Darnold down here. And he brought it. Again, I credit Matt Rule. I credit Scott Fitterer. I'm pretty sure Matt Rule and they work together to bring our defense aside. Like I said, I'm happy with the defense. I'm happy. It's the offense that makes me want to drink every Sunday. It's the offense. CMC came back, but again, you cannot base your offense, and our offense does not be ever based upon one player. But again, and if you look at the numbers, and again, what I was looking at, what they were saying is 45% of his throws went to running backs. 45%. Let's go check down. Let's go. I see ghosts that are not really here, but I got to check the ball down. Can't do that. You can't. And again, as bad, and that's the crazy part, y'all. As bad as we look on offense, we're only a half a game out the wild card. We're 4-5, but we're still in the wild card picture. So we still got a chance to turn this around, but it can't be with Sam Darnold. It can't. He does not have what it takes to lead anybody to any kind of championship. And somebody said, and I agree with it, y'all. I'd be surprised if he has a job after this season. I'd be surprised if he still has his job after last week. But they're gonna say, oh, it's his shoulder. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah. He is who we thought he was. He's not a starting caliber quarterback. He's not. So get him out of here. I know it's not the sexy thing to say, it's not the sexy thing to do right now, but just give PJ Walker, just let us see what he can do with a full week of preparation. Let's see what he can do. Oh, the Detroit game. Are y'all serious? Didn't we still win that game? Like, we were talking about the Detroit game from last year. Seriously? Stop it. Stop. Oh, he threw the passes he threw in that last game were terrible. The man came in, like most backups do. They're not going to light the world on fire, dude. He's excited. His adrenaline is pumping. Again, anybody that's ever played the game knows when you get in there and you haven't been playing, your adrenaline is pumping. He's not a vet. He's still a young quarterback. He's no veteran. So your adrenaline's going. You're trying to make a play. You're trying to get the guys behind you. So you may throw some passes that most people going to be like, but you're the backup. And you're trying to give your team a spark. You're trying to make a play, and that's what PJ Walker. When I look at him, that he's trying to do. Now with PJ Walker, I guarantee the offense will be a little bit more exciting. It'll be a hell of a lot more exciting. Sam Darnold is like that vanilla ice cream at the grocery store, and you got the Rocky Road next to it. Sam Darnold is that vanilla ice cream, plain as hell. You're just looking at it. It may taste good, but you got to put other great ingredients with it. But we have the other great ingredients. That's the Rocky Road. That's the DJ Moore. That's the Chris McCaffrey. That's the Robbie Anderson. That's the Terrace Marshall. That's the Tommy Tremble. That's the Ian Thomas. Willie Snead is no slouch. He's not the greatest, but that's another receiver. That's the Amir Abdullah. That's the Chuba Hubbard. Sam Darnold should be like a kid at the candy store with his offensive weapons. But he's not. He's like a vegan at a meat factory. He's out of place. And he knows it. So it's like this can't go, this can't continue. This shit just can't. It can't. We still have time to save the season. And again, people are going to hate it. People don't want to hear about it. Cam Newton is still a free agent. Oh, there's a reason he's a free agent. I don't care about None of that. Bring the man, because you did him wrong. David Tepper, Matt Rule, Scott Fitterer. Swallow that ego pride. You're going to lose this fan base if you're going to start putting some winning products on that field. We're going to start looking like Detroit. People going to start putting bags on their head. Because this is embarrassing to watch. You don't know, and I think, again, one part that rubbed me wrong is what they did is like towards the end of the first half. He did a check down again. Check down throw. Of course he did. And the lethargic way that the offense just went up to the ball and was like, we're just gonna, we don't care. You still had 2 timeouts left. I think we might have had 3. We still had timeouts left. Call a timeout. Take a shot down the field. You never know. You might hit on something. But we just threw in a towel. That's that loser. That's that quitting mentality that I can't stand. And why are we trying to get rid of the keep pounding? That's been around since Sam Mills. That's been a motto of ours for years. David Tepper, you lost me with that one. We don't do that, yo. You don't come in. I get you trying to change the culture, but that's one thing you should never change about the Panthers. We keep pounding. It's stitched on the jerseys, bruh. It's stitched on the jerseys. Now you gonna stop to keep pounding? Nah, bruh. Again, that's another way to alienate the fans. Keep pounding is a motto we've had for years. Don't do that. Don't do that. But again, I'm not on the complete bandwagon of fire Matt Rule. Not yet. But dude, you gotta stop. He has to me. You gotta start holding people accountable. And not saying, oh, we can't just no. Our quarterback cannot do that. Because y'all had no problem throwing Teddy under the bus. You wasn't holding his hand, but for some reason we're holding Sam Darnold's hand. Is that your child that we don't know about? Is it something you want to get off your chest? You know what I mean? Is it something you want to tell us? I'm just saying, stop holding his hand, man. That's a grown man. That's a grown man that's making money. That's gonna make $19 million off of us because y'all decided to pick up his 5th-year option for whatever reason. We still paying. I seen somebody say on the radio the other day. We still paying Teddy Bridgewater $30 million to go play quarterback for the Broncos. So y'all didn't learn. Let that quarterback prove himself, or you just throw money at him. David Tepper, again, I get it. You're a billionaire. You got money to throw at people. But really, why are we throwing it at a quarterback that's not even with us, that you still got to pay? And now, even if Sam Darnold doesn't return next year, you still got to pay him almost $19 million. He said he good. He said, I can suck the rest of this year. You still got to pay me. Again, Sam Darnold to me, and I said, y'all can call me wrong, call it this. Sam Darnold to me looks like a quarterback that just cast it in. He cast all his chips in, and he does not care at this point. He just doesn't. Because in his mind, at the end of the day, y'all not going to pull me. Something had to be said in his negotiations, bro, to be like, look, I can play bad because y'all not pulling me. Because it's just something in the coaching staff. PJ Walker has to look god awful in practice or something. He has to look god awful. But again, if he's that bad, you should have brought somebody else. Anybody else. Well, not anybody, but the one person that y'all are thinking about bringing in, of course, I get it. Deshaun Watson, the allegations, all that stuff. You don't want to touch that right now with a 10-foot pole. I get it. He didn't even go to Miami. They was like, nah, we're not pulling the trigger on that. Houston Texans, y'all action price is out of control. My brother was like, nah, we're not doing that. And I would told him, I said, if you include CMC, don't do that. Now, yes, the running back position, as we've shown, you can do it by platoon. Running back position is way overpaid. I used to be a running back too, but We should never give CMC all that money. I'm sorry. Great running back. Spread the carries around. Spread the love around. But the one quarterback right now, and again, y'all may hate to hear it, but let's call it what it is. The one quarterback right now that can come in here right now and carry a team, whether with his arm or with his legs, and give this fan base something to really cheer about is Cam Jarrell Newton. You don't want to hear it. I don't care. It is what it is. The likelihood of that happening is probably slim to none, because they're not gonna admit that they did him wrong on his way out. Same way we did see Smith wrong on his way out. And I was hot for a minute. That's when I became somewhat of a Ravens fan for a hot minute, because they did Smitty wrong. Greatest receiver we've ever had. Did him wrong. You don't do folks like that. It's supposed to be one that they committed to. Now, we did Thomas Davis and them good. Thomas Davis got and I was under Jerry Richardson's regime though, but he got a chance to, okay, you tore your ACL, cool. Come back and you tore it again, all right, cool. We want you here. That's the way you do people that are loyal to your organization. Cam carried this team for 9 years. Carried this team. Come hella high water, that man was doing it. And because a lot of y'all don't like his fashion taste, I don't care what you wear in your press conference. Nobody care. Are you producing and are you doing something on this field? Do the guys in the locker room follow you? Them men in that locker room follow Cam. Again, somebody said it the other day, like handing out the footballs. Everybody didn't start doing that until Cam did it. Cam was doing it. We were changing the culture of what was going on here. Cam did that. Bring it back. Bring it back. I don't care if it's for a short season rental right now until we can get somebody else in the off season. But if you're not going to do that, at least let us see what PJ Walker can do. Let's just see. What do you got to lose? Seriously, what do you have to lose? We're already looking bad. Sam Darnold, again, has proven over and over again he's not his answer. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to spin it. Say, oh, we rushed him out of concussion protocol. Should he have passed concussion protocol? I mean, he walked off on his own power. Okay, cool. I've had a few concussions. I walked off on my own power too, but I still wasn't good. The brain is still a little hazy after you get those concussions. He got rocked. Sam Darnold got rocked, like rockabye baby rocked. And he hit you on your throwing shoulder? Is that negligence on the medical staff? Is that negligence on the coaching staff? If he wasn't good before that hit, should he have been good after that hit? Confucius says no. So he shouldn't have been out there. And then the way you did it, a little bit before the game, hey, PJ Walker, I know you've been practicing with the first team all week. We're going to let Sam go and get another crack at it because, we just like Sam, throw another pick Darnold more. You've been practicing good all week with the first team. We just, we're gonna go in another direction. Sorry, not sorry. Interesting. But again, we have the Cardinals coming up. And I saw a joke, and I said, it's the part that you get frustrated as a fan, but you gotta laugh at it at the same time. Somebody put up something that was like, could you really bet against the Cardinals' second team against the Panthers? So now we're becoming a joke. We're becoming a joke. And as a competitor, you're not gonna make a joke out of me. You're not. And especially as a professional. They're making jokes that the Cardinals' second team. Now the Cardinals again, 7-1, bad team. They doing their thing. Take nothing away from them. But you gonna tell me this second team offense is gonna demolish our defense? That's what y'all gonna sit up here and tell me? Again, you can't say nothing about you can't say nothing about our defense because our defense does their thing. They do their thing. Do we have some issues, some holes need to be filled, especially if that's free safety position? Absolutely. We have some legit defensive linemen. We have legit linebackers. We have legit corners. That free safety spot, yo, is the only one I'm like, now, granted, all that can be fixed maybe when J.C. Horn come back, because you can slide somebody. One of them awesome corners can slide to safety. Dante Jackson is a dog. You might, I don't know if you might can't put Gilmore, but you might slide J.C. Horn back to safety for a little bit. I don't know. A.J. Boye, somebody got to slide back there to safety. Somebody. You keep Dante, Stephon, JC at the corners. And maybe AJ Boye, somebody at the corners. Those are 4, 3.5. AJ Boye, you good. Dog corners. So it can't be the cornerback position. It can't be that. It's a safety. It's one of the safety. Jeremy Chin is a dog at safety. He gets beat sometimes, but he does his thing at the safety position as well. It's the offense, yo. It's strictly the offense, and I mean strictly it's the quarterback. So you need to get some kind of spark coming in here to get the fan base excited again, dude. Like we can't do this for another week. You can't throw Sam Darnold out there for another week and expect everybody to be happy. They're really gonna start booing you when you get on the field. They're really gonna start booing you. And I was joking. I was joking the other day when I was talking to my homeboy. I was like, man, I hope his furniture still ain't came. Is that why you ain't playing bad? Is that why you playing bad? Your furniture ain't got here? I hope your furniture didn't come. So you can ship it to wherever you're going to next. Because it should not be here. Let him finish out the season on the sideline. Eat it. You messed up. Eat it. He's not the quarterback of the future. We're not going to sit and watch this for 10 more years. Y'all set us back years. Because they said quarterback is the hardest position to judge and to get right. Y'all setting us back 10 years. And you keep adding years the more you let Sam Darnold trot out there. The more you waste time not getting the right quarterback under center. Stop wasting time. Sam Darnold is not the key to get these Panthers to the Super Bowl. He's not. Well, Sam got to go. Sorry, Sam. Not sorry. Dude got to go. Don't know where you going. What they say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. You ain't got to go home, but you going to get the hell up out of here. Because you're not leading this team nowhere. You're not. It's bad. It's really bad. But on that note, man, he gotta go. He gotta go. He gotta go. See what PJ Walker can do. Just see what PJ Walker can do. That's all a lot of ask. If you're not gonna bring in Cam, see what PJ Walker can do. It cannot be any worse than what we're looking at right now. So serious. It can't be any worse. It really can't. Our offense looks so plain, so boring. It just looks predictable. Like, I don't remember the year. I think it was Noah Turner was the offensive coordinator. Somebody. One was the coordinator, and I was just like, you could predict what we were going to do on first and second down. It was so predictable. It was going to be run, play action, or it's quick pass, run. Like, you could predict it. It was so bad. Leave something in the comment section. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the coordinator's name at that time. It was a few years ago, but it was so predictable. But again, I'm not going to hold you out for the day. I'm not. Look, if you like the content, please like it. Please share it. Please subscribe to the channel because, again, I'm trying to grow it. Need me, look, I'm not going to be one of those guys that say cash at me. If you want to do it, hey, it is what it is. Mr. Carolina. I think it's Mr. Carolina too. But Mr. Carolina, man. But again, like, share, subscribe, man. I give you more banking content later. Y'all be blessed, be good, and I'm out. Peace.